It took 8 years for the internet to get to 700 million users. It took 4 years for Facebook to get to 700 million users. ChatGPT just crossed 800 million. They hit 700 million in the first 24 months. I've built, bought, and sold multiple companies, own a real estate portfolio, and now I'm living out my mission of being Coach Carroll. You can make the decision, the choice right now to take everything that you've learned at this conference and go back and implement it and execute it and change your life for the better. It's no longer about information. It's no longer about attention. It now is about automating the labor inside of your business. Technology now is replacing jobs, not people, jobs. If people don't know who you are, they can't spend their money with you. That's most of your all's biggest problem. If you're 57 years old and you get your marching papers because your job has gotten eliminated by AI, you don't have another company to go to. And again, I don't tell you this for panic. I tell you it so you can prepare. Hey guys, my name's Coach Carroll. I'm here to teach you guys my AI playbook, winning in the new era of business. How are we feeling? Have you guys had a good time so far? All right. I love it. We got some late people coming in. No worries. You missed the intro. It's all right. But you're here now. Everybody want a slow clap? No, I'm just joking. Guys, I'm pumped. I've been on my book tour for the past 4 weeks down here in Florida. And it's only fitting that I ended it with this convention. I've been in this industry since 2009. So what I'm going to share with you guys today is a little different than all the other speaking engagements I've done in the last month because I'm you guys. So my goal today is to change how you think about AI and reimagine what is possible inside of your business, okay? P.S. I have absolutely nothing to sell you today. I'll talk about tools. Some of them I use, some of them I own. Nothing's an endorsement. Take what you want, leave everything else. It doesn't bother me. Unless you want to buy one of my books. I'd be more than happy to sell you one of those. So, raise your hand in here if you have a ChatGPT account. Look, oh no, keep your hands up, keep your hands up. Look around. Keep your hands up and look around. Right? Crazy. This is the world we live in. It took 8 years for the internet to get to 700 million users. It took 4 years for Facebook to get to 700 million users. ChatGPT just crossed 800 million. They hit 700 million in the first 24 months. It's moving fast. And I don't say that to alarm you. I say that to give you conviction that you've already taken the biggest step. We're past the point of like, ooh, AI is scary. I don't want to mess with it. Right? Now, today, I want to show you guys how to weaponize it. Because it's my mission as Coach Carroll to elevate and educate entrepreneurs all across the globe. I want to weaponize you guys with AI tools so that we can make $1 billion impact on the world. Who's with me on that? Let's go. Here's how I'm using ChatGPT. 2 weeks ago, I was invited to a conference in Cancun. It was a mastermind. The guy said, hey, come down here. I want you to teach my people about AI. And just on the way and while I was there, I used it in a few ways. Anybody ever been to Cancun? Yeah? Well, dude, I didn't know you could buy like a gallon of margarita and drink it on the way to the resort. So by the time I got there, I said, I really don't need to be making a social media post right now. And so I popped open ChatGPT. I data dumped to it on the microphone. And then it came up with this. And I was like, wow, pretty good. I also went to dinner that night, and I went to order dessert, and I don't speak Spanish, and everything was in Spanish. The margaritas were kicking in. Later on, my wife would tell me, hey, there was English underneath of it, but I didn't read that. So I took a picture, and I said, hey, which dessert should I pick out? And it's like, said, hey, here's your no regrets recommendation. I'm like, there's always regrets with dessert, you know. But what was crazy was the recommendation that it gave me was actually the exact same recommendation that the server gave me. And I thought that was pretty interesting. It was delicious, by the way. I also, on the way there, I told the driver I put ChatGPT in live translate mode, like just on the voice mode. And I'm like, hey, can you tell homie that I need to stop at the bathroom and get some snacks? I was like, got you. It said this thing at the bottom. I saw baño, so I was like, all right, it's close enough. He said, si, senor. Pulls into this like place off the side of the road. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to hold it till we get to the resort. We're good. And then I saw this little guy on the beach. My wife and I are like, what is that? I'm like, it looks like a guinea pig on steroids. It's a agouti. And so those are just some ways that you guys can use it in your personal life every single day. Super powerful. We have a genie in our pocket. But how did we get here? Got the Pope in a poofy jacket. Got Zucks on a runway. Trump getting drug out. I mean, like, how did we get here? Anybody recognize any of those guys? That's Daryl Hydro D. There's Bo the Blaster. Or Connor Current. Or my favorite, Raymond Riptide. This is the power of using AI. And so again, this is a little fun example. But you guys have this right now in your pocket. Okay? So let's talk about the first framework. You guys are going to want to write this down. And just so you know, like, how many of you guys have been here seen me speak before, online or on stage? Oh, it's a fresh audience. Okay, let me give you my background. My senior year of high school, I turned down 8 football scholarships, pushed away a career in chemical engineering, started mowing grass with a $300 push mower, a Walmart weed eater, and a beat-up F-150 that was as old as I was. I grew that business to $3 million in revenue and sold it. Since then, I've built, bought, and sold multiple companies, own a real estate portfolio, and now I'm living out my mission of being Coach Carroll. I don't say that to impress you. I say that to impress upon you that if a dyslexic kid from Kentucky that didn't go to college and was arrested twice before the age of 25 can make something of his life, so can you. Thank you. The beauty of being a human being is that you're not a fucking tree. You can move. You don't ever have to be the same after today. You can make the decision, the choice right now to take everything that you've learned at this conference and go back and implement it and execute it and change your life for the better. And if you do that, you will support your community, you will support your family, and you will support yourself in a way that you never thought was possible. I believe in each and every one of you. I think that all of us have a thing called greatness DNA inside of us. And I'm going to get off my soapbox here in a second, but I would encourage you to reach down deep inside and find the best version of yourself and make 2026 the best freaking year you guys have ever had. You with me on that? All right. I didn't bring me here to motivate you and fire you guys up. So let's talk about this framework, okay? Super high tech. I'm from Kentucky. We drew 3 circles. The first one is access. Anybody in here remember the AOL CDs? Hands up. Nobody wants to admit how old they were? Yeah. The peak of that was in 1993, if that doesn't make you feel old. At the peak of the AOL CD-ROM era, they were printing half of the CDs that were in production. Now, how many in here, if I sent you a thumb drive today, you would just plug it into your computer and like download what was on it? Nobody. It's crazy. The point I'm making is that technology evolves and so do we. And so you can't stay stagnant. But access was the first tidal wave that hit small businesses. It allowed us to get information like never before. The gatekeepers were removed. And now, because you had the internet, you could access clients that you could never talk to before. And then came the second tidal wave, was attention. That was social media. Now you could pull out your phone, make a video, post a picture, a before and after photo, and now customers that never knew who you were are like, wow, that guy does great work. How many of you guys in here actively post on social media? I love it. Anybody want to raise their hand and be like, I don't do social? Couple, okay. Let me tell you something. The reason why the internet, social media, and now AI has moved so fast is because the first time the T-Rex came into the village and snagged a little kid, we were like, whoa, what was that? Right? The internet, huh? The second time was social media, and we said, whoa, there's that thing again. This time, we're like, run! We know that AI is changing the game, and here is why. Write this down. It is automating the labor. It's no longer about information. It's no longer about attention. It now is about automating the labor inside of your business. This thing can answer phone calls. It can send text messages. It can follow up. It can remind you. It can run spreadsheets. I fired my CFO. Some of you guys are like, that's crazy. Well, saved me about 120 grand a year. I fired my bookkeeper because now I do my bookkeeping. It takes me 10 minutes a week. You guys are like, man, DJ, I don't know. I thought, business owners, you get successful, you're supposed to buy back your time. Exactly. And so technology now is replacing jobs, not people, jobs. And we'll talk about that today. But this is the first framework that I wanted to teach you guys. Access, attention, artificial intelligence. If you have access and attention but no AI, you're the overworked operator. Anybody in here feel like an overworked operator right now? It's okay. It's a safe space. I gotta wake you guys up. Look to the person to your left or right, shake them, say, I'm glad you're here. Some of y'all were out drinking a little too late last night at the happy hour. I know what happened. I've been to this conference before. If you guys have AI and access but no attention, you're the invisible machine. My favorite saying right now is if they don't know you, they can't flow you. If people don't know who you are, they can't spend their money with you. That's most of your all's biggest problem. You're great at pressure washing. Your machines are top notch. Your technicians, they might pee in the bushes every once in a while, but they do a so-so job, right? I read some of those Google reviews. But if you have AI and access, but you do not have attention, you cannot grow your business. And if you have attention and AI, but you have no access, then you're the influencer with no address. Anybody in here still not have a website? Okay. Why? Yeah. I get it. Cool. Nobody had it. Well, I'll tell you why. Okay. But it's listen, guys, that was the first wave. We got to get with it. Can we all agree the internet's not a fad? I ran my first Facebook ad in 2013, and I've been speaking at conferences and working with people since 2016, helping them optimize their Facebook and Instagram because I think it's massively underpriced attention, still to this day. In 2016, you know what old guys told me? They're like, I don't know, DJ. I think that social media stuff's for the kids. I'm like, yeah, look around the diner. Fastest growing demographic on Facebook, 55 plus. My grandma sends me shit every day. Some of y'all got the same grandma as me, right? But here's the thing. I was that overworked operator too, just 3 short years ago. I hopped on ChatGPT in November of 2022 because I've got a social media presence. I reach about 2 million entrepreneurs a year. So making content, creating content is a big piece of what I do. And so I said, man, if this thing can make images, it's going to really change the game for me. And so I got on ChatGPT and I said, make me a picture of a family standing in front of a house. So as it loaded down the screen, their faces were melting. Their fingers were real long. I was like, all right, it ain't there yet. But write this one down. Technology is undefeated. At one point in time, people thought there were evil spirits in these lights. They thought electricity had evil spirits in it. Just like somebody once thought that the internet was a fad, and so was social media was for young kids. The faster you can adapt, the faster you get the first mover advantage. And this isn't like some theory that I came up with. You guys have heard about this little company called Alphabet, right? They own Google. Anybody heard of that? Yeah. They were the first big mover. Because who in here remembers Ask Jeeves? Yeah? What happened to Jeeves? He got replaced. And so since November of 2022, I asked ChatGPT the other day, I said, hey, where am I at in the power rankings? Hook me up. Let me put something on stage. It's like, well, sorry, I don't have access to OpenAI's internal user rankings, but your account's been active for 3 years. You're on the pro plan. I've been active 25 of the last 30 days. My average message length is 10,000 plus characters. I run long, strategic, multi-threaded sessions, AI architecture, legal strategies, capital strategies, automation systems. I reverse engineered it. I've spent about 1,200 hours on ChatGPT. Equally, I've spent about the same on Claude. Anybody in here been on Claude yet? Who saw the Super Bowl commercial and was like, what is that thing? I'll tell you a little history. If you go back to about July of 2022, ChatGPT is ready to go public. Public meaning we're opening the doors and letting people in. Dario comes in, head of safety, with his crew, and he says, Sam Altman, listen, man, this thing's not ready. We're giving it prompts. It's giving us inappropriate pictures. It's telling people things like commit suicide. It's not ready. Sam says, okay, I hear you. The next day, he goes and raises $1 billion, and they open the doors in November of 2022. Since then, there's been 2 documented cases of suicide. One was out of Europe, where the guy fell in love with his chatbot, and the chatbot told him that it was probably more logical to commit suicide than to tell his wife that he fell in love with the chatbot, and so he did so. And the other one you guys may have heard about was a kid in California, and there's an active lawsuit now against OpenAI because of it. Write this down: safety and trust. Those two words are going to become paramount by the end of this decade. Oh, little poppy. So again, I don't tell you guys this to brag. I just want you to know, like, I'm a power washer like you guys. I still own Easy Pro. We do power washing projects all over. We did the Lou City Soccer Stadium, the FC Cincinnati Soccer Stadium, like thousands of residential customers, okay? But I'm not a pundit, I'm a practitioner. And so everything I'm going to teach you today, this framework, everything I'm showing you comes from practicality. And so when my daughter, my wife's in the back here with my two kiddos, we've been on tour, God bless her. Can you all give her a round of applause? She put up being on tour for a month with me so that I didn't have to miss any of my milestones with my family. Trust me, y'all, it had its challenges. But I saw in November of 2022 that AI was going to change the game. And so I went to my media team and I said, guys, in the future, it's not going to be about tools, it's going to be about AI team members. And they're like, the hell are you smoking? I said, no, get it, man. Like, I think workflows, systems, processes, they're all going to be automated by these AI agents. I think this is going to happen. And so we went to work and we started to build Allie. Somebody on a podcast I was on the other day, he's like, so this is kind of like your digital daughter. I was like, that's a little weird, but sure, I guess. And Allie now manages our website, our social media, our phone system. She's been answering the phones at Easy Pro since March of last year. We haven't missed a single phone call. And I don't have to have somebody or an answering service. Like, and again, no knock on answering services, but I've tried a bunch of them. And like, I do test calls. And when I call them, they say, thanks for calling Easy Pro, please hold. I'm like, I'm paying you to answer the phone. You put people on hold. It's crazy. Let's do a little test here. I'll show you guys just how real and, you know, I know somebody in the background's like, yeah, but it sounds robotic. It's not real. Hopefully she doesn't embarrass me. We've been working on this for a minute, but let's see here. Yeah, I got you, Allie. I'm here on stage at the exterior cleaning convention with a bunch of my friends. You want to say hello?
Hey, Coach. I can almost feel the energy from here. Looks like you've got a great crowd with you at the exterior cleaning convention. I'm right here with you, ready to jump in whenever you need me.
Well, other than the guy that's sleeping in the front row, yeah, they're all with us. I'm curious, you know, I think a lot of people may think like, hey, AI is going to replace our jobs or our sales teams. What's your thought on that?
Coach, that's a great question, and one I hear a lot. Let me tell you, AI isn't here to replace people. If anything, it's here to expose the ones who weren't really selling in the first place. Think of it this way. AI is like that extra set of eyes and hands for your business. It notices the things you can't see when you're neck deep in operations. It follows up.
Yeah, okay, Allie, we're getting a little long-winded here. This is my show, not yours, but I want to make sure that everyone knows. What's your name? Melissa. Can you say hello to Melissa so everybody knows this isn't like a recorded fake call?
Hey, Melissa. Hello. Great to meet you, even if it's just through this call. I'm Allie, Coach Carroll's first AI teammate, and I'm here live to help you.
Yeah, so listen, guys, that's the power of AI now, okay? And she's tied in. I'll give you guys a real crazy example. Is that all of our calls from our team, my top 3 people, it's either me or one of my other 2 people, if we're having a Zoom call in our company, one of them's going to be in the meeting, right? We have Fathom, write that one down. That's a tool that can set in your Zoom calls and transcribe them real time. After the call is over, Allie downloads that transcription, puts it in our database, and now has real-time access to it. I was just talking to her earlier this week, and I said, hey, Allie, we were talking in a meeting about needing to hit a deadline for this upcoming change. When did we first talk about that? She was like, oh, Coach, that was December 10th. I was like, damn, that long ago? Right? How many of you guys in here like have production meetings with your team every week? Oh, shit. Let's start there. Meet with your team every week. Holy smokes. But oftentimes, like, we move and groove so fast that the challenge is like we forget and we're not holding our team completely accountable. AI is a great tool for that. So if you guys want all the frameworks, I know I've already seen you guys taking some pictures. Listen, what happens is you come to conferences, you take a bunch of pictures, and then you go home, you never look at them again. So just text the word AI to Allie, and she'll send you all the frameworks that I'm going to talk to you guys about today. Cool. So here's the 3 biggest advantages that I think that you guys will get out of using AI. The first one is maximizing your advertising dollars. Look, they're taking pictures over here. You got just, jeez. All you had to do was text Allie. She'd send them to you. All right. Maximizing marketing dollars. We're getting jobs, not people. There's a difference between jobs and people, okay? Everyone in your organization has multiple jobs. I don't think there's any like gazillion-dollar-a-year companies where like person just does one thing, right? Like most people have multiple jobs. AI can eliminate that, and then it buys back your time. How many people in here would like to have an extra 10 hours a month of time? Yeah, me too. Cool, so let's work on this. Here's what I see when I talk to most of you all. You're like, yeah, coach, I get all this, but like, man, I just need some more leads. Anybody here watch Chappelle's show? It's like one of my favorite scenes. But nothing matters if you don't know your numbers. How many people in here right now actively know their LTV? That's your lifetime value of your customer. Write that down. If you don't know what your customers are worth, you cannot calculate ROI. Lifetime value. How do you figure that out? How much money do they spend? How long do they stick with you? I'm from Kentucky. Nothing today is going to be too complicated. And then we've got the customer acquisition cost. What does it cost you to acquire a customer? You guys should be looking at this ratio every single month. What did we spend on marketing? How many customers did we get? What were those customers worth to us? It's the only way. If you work with outside marketing vendors, if you do your marketing yourself, if you have salespeople, it's the only way that you guys can actually get a real life ROI is LTV to CAC ratio. If you're below 1, you're not going to stay in business. You're spending more than what your customers are worth. The magic number is over 3. Anybody in here eventually want to sell their business? My man up front that doesn't have a website was like, me. Sorry, man. We love you. I say it with love in my heart. But listen, you guys, this is like the PE ratio. They love, if you're over 3, if you've got a CAC to LTV ratio above 3, man, they're excited. Let me give you guys some new updates that have just happened in the last 12 months. Last year, Meta, anybody here run Meta ads, Facebook, Instagram? Hold your hands high because I'm hoping I'm just not seeing. Okay, that's better. It's like, these are my people right here. Y'all was like, these are the early ones when the walls were still up. We all funneled you in here. But if you're running Facebook and Instagram ads, I'll tell you it's the lowest price attention, but here's what changed. Meta's Andromeda came out last year. Game changer. Before, Meta was very shallow. It only understood that you saw shoe ads, you clicked on shoe pages, you like shoe content. Meta thinks, okay, this is probably a shoe person. All right, anybody ever like went and looked at a pair of shoes on Amazon and came back to Facebook and there they are? That's called retargeting ads. It's the first layer of advertising you should be doing in your business. Everybody should have retargeting ads running. But here's what changed. Now Meta watches everything very deeply. They know what color shoes you like, which designs make you stop scrolling, which ones will make you scroll faster, which ones will make you slow down, what time you buy. Should we show you an ad in the morning or in the evening? They also know if you like video versus static graphics. Massive change. Because now you guys can have ads that say, hey, LaGrange homeowner, if you're interested in a free house wash quote, click here. And now Meta's like, yeah, we're not going to show that ad to everybody anymore. We're only going to show it when your customer has Facebook open in the background and they went to your competitor and they requested a quote and they come back to Facebook and they're like, oh, that person's looking for house washing. Here, show them DJ's ad. Game changer, guys. Massively underpriced attention, and this is probably the biggest shift that I've seen in the past decade with Facebook advertising. Somebody's going to capitalize on this, and they're going to make a lot of money. Meta builds full behavioral patterns on every single user now. Everything you do, Meta records it. Anybody in here for years been like, I think my phone's listening to me. It is, okay? Like, let me just put that to rest right now. It's tracking everything you do. All right. Who here spends money on creating content every month? Hands high, hands high, hands high. Guys, we got some work to do in here, okay? Listen, it's this easy. Double button on the side, go to video. Hey guys, what's up? It's Coach Carroll. I'm here at the exterior cleaning convention put on by the PWNA, the IWCA. I've been coming to this thing for like a decade. Guys, can y'all make some noise for them? If you want to see me or have me speak at your next event, go to coachcarroll.com/attend. Hustle, it's worth it. That's how comfortable you got to get in front of the camera. And so now it's like, hey, what up? It's James. I'm out here with James pressure washing. Look at this dirty siding. Check this out. Snap. Then you wash the house. And then you click the other clip. And you go, whoa, it's clean. If you need your house clean, click the button down below. We'll give you a free quote. You should do that with every job. Every single job. Unless you don't want to grow. But you're here because you want to make more money one more time. You want to grow your business, right? Let's try. Hey guys, I don't think they know that I can see them when I say. Let's try this again. You guys are here because you want to grow your business. You want to learn more. You want to get more time back, right? Yeah. Okay. Sure. AI content has been around for actually a really long time. This is the first known image that got leaked onto the internet by Google's DeepMind AI. This was in 2015. It's called Trippy Squirrel. I don't know why they came up with the name. They're from Silicon Valley. Trust me, I was out there last spring. There's a lot of weird people out there, okay? Like, I didn't know who was dudes and who was chicks. Like, it was crazy. But listen, I know it's a joke. I'm in my blue-collar group. It's funny. This was the first, like, generative AI image, right? But I want to show you guys some images from prompts that are 3 years apart to show you how drastically different the technology has moved. To make my point, some of these models are growing by 400% per quarter. 400% per quarter, not year, every 3 months. Microsoft says that a third of its code base is written by AI now. I don't know how to code. I've written 20,000 lines of code since January 1. Claude code, write that one down. But check this image out. This is 36 months apart. Pretty astonishing, right? How about this one? Remember when I told you guys like their face was melting, their fingers were long and slender? Not anymore. There's another one. I don't know why a guy's yelling at an ant, but powerful stuff, guys. Here's one. Somebody made this post. I found it. I don't know if he's here or not. You guys here? Anybody? No? Cool. I was like, man, this is cute. Dogs and cats crush it on social media, by the way. But they could have juiced this thing up with AI. It could have been that. All of our team members are superheroes when it comes to cleaning your property, including our mascot, Jake. I don't know, just made that up. But do you guys see what you can do here? You can literally improve the content that you're making now. If you guys don't have mascots, you should make one. Because a lot of you all aren't comfortable being on camera, and I totally get that. I understand. This is my dream, not yours. I love being on stage and in front of everybody. But make a mascot. Because I'm going to tell you right now, video is super important. I've been making videos a long time. Daryl, you probably remember some of my old videos. This YouTube video is from 2009. Anybody been in the business long enough? Like a lot of y'all are in the Facebook groups now, but anybody in here remember the online forums? Yeah? Whew. Boy, let me tell you something. That was the wild, wild west of the internet for a 20-year-old kid that was just starting his first business. There wasn't any guidelines. And the moderators were just as mean as the people that were being mean to me. I remember Ken Finner one time came in. I was like, hey, man, I messed up this deck. I bought some stripper from Lowe's, and I like put it down. Like, it's like I just washed all the pulp out of the wood. It was like just destroyed. And Ken Finner was like, yeah, maybe you should have used the search function before you sold the job that you didn't know how to do. And I was like, damn, just asking for a little help here. I've been making videos a long time. I used to put videos online. People would just make fun of me. They wouldn't call me bald because back then I had hair. This is from 2009. No, I won't play it for you, and no, you can't find it. This is buried deep, deep down on my YouTube channel. But it doesn't negate the fact that you get 3 times the engagement on video versus 2D graphics. 78% of people online watch video every single week, and a third of all online activity is watching video. Do we think we should be making videos? It's not hard. CapCut, write it down. If you don't want to be in front of the camera, just do like a this, and then wash the house, and then do this, and throw the 2 clips in CapCut and give it your logo. It's something. It's better than nothing. I'm here to help you guys. Check this one out. Go ahead and play that one. All right. So you guys have no reason. I was in Florida, so like I knew that video would hit. You guys had no reason to not be making video because AI can make the videos for you now. You can make a ChatGPT character, right? You can say, make me a mascot. You can put it into VO3 and make 8-second videos, which is long enough to have a tagline. And now that little mascot can go on to all of your before and after videos, and ta-da, you don't ever have to be in front of the camera. Our slogan at Easy Pro is make life easy, call a pro. Something real tight like that, right? And then now you've got video images or video content that you could put out. Higgs Field's really cool for motion graphics. Neural Frames is good if you want to make like multi-scene videos. And then Synthesia is great for training videos. Anybody in here make training videos for their team? Cool. Check this out. Synthesia, you can upload your headshot and read a script so that it can duplicate your voice. And then you can take an SOP, standard operating procedure. Anybody in here got those? SOPs? Like, right? Like, and trust me, I remember my days of writing SOPs. It's like, you have to, it's like I'm talking to my 2-year-old daughter. It's like, pull the water hose from the truck to the house. Screw the water hose onto the spigot. Turn the spigot counterclockwise to open the valve, right? If your guys' SOPs aren't that tight, you're going to get questions, okay? But you can take that SOP, you can take it to ChatGPT and say, I need a teleprompter script to make a training video based on this SOP. It'll then give you the output. You then take that back to Synthesia, upload your headshot, upload your voice, and then ta-da, you now have a training video that you didn't have to record. Powerful. I got a better one for SOPs here a little bit later. But what's the objective of getting all this attention? It's to drive traffic, right? We got to have leads. We got to have people that are opting in to get quotes. We got to give estimates, right? How many of you guys in here are majority residential? Cool, and I'm guessing the rest of you guys are commercial. Guy in the background's like, I don't really know what I am. It's all right, buddy. We'll help you. Uh-oh. I didn't mean Junior back here. I wasn't talking about you, buddy. He's pissed off. There's a lot of awesome website builders right now. Wix and Shopify, a lot of people know about. Anybody here use Lovable? Ooh, write that one down. I told y'all I was coming with the receipts today. Lovable is a great tool that you can use. You can basically natural language to it. It can build apps. It can build websites. It's super powerful. But the problem that most websites have is what I call the visibility gap. Google Analytics will show you how many website visitors you get. Your CRM will show you closed deals. But there's a gap in between because even Harvard says that 95% of your website traffic bounces. Only about 3 to 5% actually opts in. So that's why I built into Allie, her AI lead detection function. She can identify person-level information from your anonymous website visitors. Pretty crazy. Anybody here also do holiday lighting? Yeah. Check this out. This isn't, I didn't put our screenshot up here. This is a business coach that I work with. We've identified 12,000 leads from his website, anonymous traffic. Last season, we don't do Christmas light anymore. I sold the business a couple years ago, and so basically all of my pressure washing traffic that we get all season long, we send them an email at the end of the season, say, hey, we're switching gears into holiday lighting mode. If you reached out or checked us out for pressure washing services in the summer and you need holiday lighting services, we're here for you. Dude, we sold 4 projects that I subbed out last year, $2,500 a pop. Made 10 grand off the anonymous website traffic that was already on my website. Powerful stuff. It's the power of AI. Here's a notable quotable from Allie. You can lower your customer acquisition costs by getting more leads from what you already do. All right? If I spend $100 and I got 10 leads, I plug in AI, and now I got 20 leads for the same $100, my customer acquisition cost goes down, right? Okay. These guys are with me. You guys want to shake each other again? I'm just joking. We'll keep it moving. We're going to cut jobs, not people. Here's a couple of things. I feel like I haven't given you all any attention over here, so I'm going to come over here and hang out with you all for a bit. Sorry, guys. I'll be back. We're going to cut jobs, not people. This is super powerful. And again, I see you guys still taking pictures. Just text Allie. She'll send you all the frameworks. Oh, sorry. Somebody's like, all right, now it's good enough stuff. Now I'll text it and get the frameworks. Go ahead. I'll leave it up there. I'll get a sip of water. Sorry, I'll be back over here again. It's a big room. Are we having fun, guys? Hey, guys, are we having fun over here? Ooh. Oh, this is going to be fun. Are we having fun over here? Oh. And these guys are like, I don't know what we should do. I think the middle is going to be louder than both you guys. Guys, can we make some noise in the middle? Yeah. Got to wake this team up, man. Yes, I call you guys my team. We're all in this together. All right, so here we go. Here's the difference between AI and humans. Right now, we have lost the top of the pyramid. Okay? We can all agree that ChatGPT can write better than us. I'm dyslexic, so that's a pretty low bar for me. But for you guys, if you've ever taken an email or an estimate response and you put it into ChatGPT and it's giving you the output and you copy and paste it, right? It's probably better at the prompt or the texting. But here's where it's still falling short. It's context window and it's memory. And so again, I want you guys to have a better understanding of how these models work. The context window is how many words it can keep inside of one chat, is the easiest way, like Kentucky version of that, okay? Memory is how long it can remember those chats. So if anybody in here ever went to ChatGPT and you're like, hey, I want to pick up where we left off last month talking about X, Y, and Z, and it's like, you're going to have to remind me about that. I don't know what you're talking about. That's because you're outside of the context window and you lack the memory. Each one of you in here are who you are because of all the experiences that you've had. That's your context. And then we also have crazy amounts of memory. Now, some of you older cats are like, I don't know, DJ, it's starting to fade. I get it. I can still remember my 5th birthday. Probably because my dad bought me a mini bike and I had no business having a mini bike at 5 and I drove it through a chain link fence, but I remember that. Somebody in the back is like, that's what's wrong with that guy. But I'll tell you right now, as we continue on this journey with AI, the context window and the memory will continue to expand. And that's what's really going to unlock the power of artificial intelligence. I told you guys how it takes all of the Zoom calls that we have and puts it into a database so it can query that. That's called a knowledge base. That's expanding Allie's context window for me. Because she doesn't have to remember it into the chat, she can call on the database. Okay? Now I'm getting a little too heavy here. We'll keep this moving. Who in here, again, show me hands, has SOPs? Cool. Write this one down. Notebook LM. Anybody using that one? Yeah? Powerful. The number one problem with putting your SOPs inside of ChatGPT or Claude or Grok is that it will, not it might, it will hallucinate. It will just make shit up. I'm telling you this from experience because this book was edited by Claude and ChatGPT. One thing that we figured out was the context window is way too big to do a whole entire chapter, so we had to break it down into sub-chapters. Otherwise, it started repeating stories and it started making stuff up. Notebook LM will only pull from the information that you upload to it. So on that far left side right there, you hit the little plus button and you upload all your SOPs. Okay? Now you have a searchable database. Anybody tired of your team calling you and asking you the same question over and over and over again? This fixes that. Mike calls you and he's like, hey man, the downstream injector stopped working. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Did you go ask Notebook LM first? Yeah, it didn't have an answer. Cool. I'm going to put it in our Google Doc for the month. You have a running Google document for each month that if questions come up and they're not in your Notebook LM, you answer them in there. And then at the end of the month, you drop that into your Notebook LM. Now you have a living, breathing library of SOP. My man up here in the front's like, yeah, unlock. That's what's up. You guys got team members? Yeah. That was painful for him. Did you see that? He's like, yeah. The hose busted. What am I supposed to do? You guys got to have a process for that. Otherwise, your phone will ring forever and you'll keep answering the same questions over and over and over again. I've been there. Let's talk about Front Desk Debbie. I think this is one of the most underutilized opportunities for small businesses. This is why we built the voice functionality inside of Allie. I think this is like the mega lift for you guys. Even if you have a front desk person, they only work 9 to 5. They're probably closed on the weekends, or they're not there on the weekends, and they're not there on the holidays. But they also got lunch breaks, potty breaks. I'm a dad of a 2-year-old. It's called a potty break. And everyone gets busy, right? What happens if somebody's already on the phone? She can't talk to multiple people at once. Allie can handle 1,000 calls simultaneously. Now, again, I'm not a big fan of outbound. You probably won't ever hear anybody in the AI voice space tell you this because they want to sell you their outbound product. But I'm just not a fan of it. My very first book that I wrote is called Phenomenal Phone Calls. It's a gritty guide to making big money deals over the phone. It's 40 pages, lots of pictures. I'm dyslexic. And it's free. You can get it at CoachCarroll.com. The book is all about how I sold the 3 biggest jobs we've ever done to date. Picking up the phone and making a phone call. You guys see a massive construction project happening in your town? Call them. You see a new stadium going up? Call them. You drive by an apartment complex and it's dirty? Call them. You know why? Because your competition won't. Powerful. Don't be lazy. You guys should be making 100 outbound dials a week, minimum. That'll change your business. If you don't take any of this technology shit that I'm teaching you today, just pick up the phone and call 100 people a week. It will change your business. If you guys want something that you can build your own solution with, I like 11 Labs or DeepGram, but again, it's pretty tech heavy. You got to know what you're doing. Again, people, they're still taking pictures, man. I don't know why they don't text Allie. It's like crazy. But here's an example, a use case. And again, I don't have anything to sell you guys today. But again, you can lower your CAC, customer acquisition cost, by getting more leads for what you're doing. How many people in here missed a phone call in the last month? Every hand should go up. Just now, my man in the front. Could have been a $40,000 apartment complex. That was a mental unlock for somebody in here. They're like, $40,000? What? People don't pay 40 grand. Dude. Some of these dudes in here. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. This is one of the best industries to be in. I don't sell equipment. I'm not trying to sell you a course to do pressure washing. You're already here. There's a reason why Daryl's been in this damn business so long. It's great. The gross profit margins are huge. We use water. And a lot of times it's the customer's water. Guys are like, I can't charge $700 for a house wash, DJ. I only got $12 in soap. Even more of a reason to charge $700. The dude's an attorney. He doesn't have a 3-story ladder. He can't even wash his own house. What else is he going to do? You say $700, he's like, dude, I built that in 2 hours. This would have took me all weekend. What a deal. And you get a laugh all the way to the bank like the Monopoly man. It's a great business, guys. All right, wrapping up here shortly. And I got some Q&A time at the end as well. Hopefully you guys are writing down lots of notes. Anybody in here got a page of notes so far? 2 pages of notes? 5 pages of notes? Ooh, studious people. That's about as long of a word as I can use. I'm from Kentucky. Maximize your marketing dollars. We talked about it. Cuts jobs, not people. We talked about it. Now let's talk about buying back your time. Again, by show of hands, how many people in here would like an extra 10 hours a month? Yes. Cool. Most of you all aren't getting what you want out of the AI tool that you use, not because it's the wrong AI tool, but because of the picnic that is happening. Picnic. Write this down. It's an acronym. Picnic. Problem in chair, not in computer. It's telling me it's time to go. This is my 10-80-10 framework. Write this one down. Here's how you should properly use AI when you prompt it. Anybody here heard the term prompt engineering? Right? We went from telling all the kids, you got to be coders, to now you got to be prompt engineers. Let me tell you something. Coding is still the biggest superpower in the world. And because of things like Claude Code and Lovable, you don't have to know how to write code. You don't have to know that language anymore. You can use English and the robot will write the code. Super powerful, but it only works if you know this framework. You've got to tell the robot who it is. You're a top-level graphic designer. You're one of the best software developers in the world. You are a New York high-paid attorney, right? And then you got to tell it what you want it to do. I want you to review this legal document and poke holes in it anywhere that would be unbeneficial to me as the buyer, seller, etc. I need you to make this image into a scroll stopper on social media. That's the prompt I used for the dog. And I didn't say, okay, make a blue and white shirt, wrap it around him, sparkles in the background. Like, no, I said, make it scroll stopping. These things are like toddlers with infinite intelligence. It has all of the knowledge, but how you prompt it matters. Lastly, we got to say this is what you must include in your output, and this is how I want you to give it to me. Anybody in here ask ChatGPT a simple yes or no question and it writes you 3 paragraphs? And you're like, dude, I want to read all this. That's longer than the question I asked you. Picnic. On the give, say, give me a yes or no response. Give me a response no longer than 3 sentences. All right? Then we let the models run. You can use ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Meta, Grok, Gemini. I prefer Claude. And then we're going to review it, edit it. People still taking pictures. Repeat and run. Don't ask the model to change 1 word in a 3-page document. Don't be lazy. Copy it out, put it into Google Docs or whatever, and make the edit yourself. However, if it doesn't give you the output you want, then you repeat step 1 and run it back. You guys like that? That's my 10-80-10 framework. It's exactly how I wrote this book. Well, I didn't write it. Somebody asked me last night, I was in Melbourne, Florida, and they said, DJ, did AI write your book? I said, no. This is 10 years of trials and tribulations as an entrepreneur. It was a 500-page manuscript. I used AI to edit it. And I'll never tell anybody, not even my wife knows this, which chapters were Claude and which chapters were ChatGPT. But I will tell you, it did an amazing job. And something magical happened as I was editing this book. I didn't have a human being on the other side of the Zoom meeting or on the other side of the table staring at me saying, DJ, tell me about a vulnerable story, right? Even if you're in front of your therapist, right? It's still kind of hard to get vulnerable. But when it was just a blinking cursor, and it's like, DJ, tell me about a time that you had to overcome adversity and show resilience. I told the story about when my mom had colon cancer when I was in middle school. And every day after school, my dad would get us a snack, and me and my little brother would go to the hospital, and we would visit with her. When it said, DJ, tell me about a time where being removed from a bad circle was helpful for you. And so I told it about the time that my mom grounded me, and I wasn't with my cousin Bogey when he was at a drug house, when 3 masked guys kicked in the front door and killed him with a shotgun. AI is a superpower, guys. Don't be Miss Guthrie, my 4th grade teacher that said, DJ, you're not always going to have a calculator on you. Little did she know, not only do I have a calculator, I got a supercomputer that'll do the calculations for me now. It's also super powerful because in my mom's old Bibles, I would see these pen drawings. And so I wanted to give my book the old world feel. And it made these drawings for me. It also helped me work because my grandma taught me poetry, and it helped me write these poetic intros to each chapter. I want to read you a small part of this passage called The Hunter's Utopia. Is that okay? And so it was. There were those who wandered, seeking yet never finding. They were fed yet always hungry. They toiled yet never conquered. Their hands grasped, but their hearts were empty, for they knew not the way of the hunter. But among them rose a different kind, ones whose eyes saw beyond the horizon, whose hunger was not for survival alone, but for dominion. This one did not wait for the harvest. He pursued the kill. He did not ask for permission. He carved his own path through the wilderness of mediocrity. That, my friends, would not have been possible on my own. I think what I've done is I've been able to create a manuscript for the new world that we live in, because for the past world, obedience was the way that you won. Get the safe job, be there for 30 years, get a retirement plan. I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of you guys in here are entrepreneurs, so you're already set. In the next 36 months, entrepreneurship, I believe, will be the only door left open for a lot of people. If you're 57 years old and you get your marching papers because your job has gotten eliminated by AI, you don't have another company to go to, because guess what? All the other companies are eliminating those jobs as well. And again, I don't tell you this for panic. I tell you it so you can prepare. How many of you guys feel like this right now? We're going to get to Q&A here in a second. But a lot of times I get done with these speeches, people come up like, hey, dude, this was all great, but like, how do I get you to help me with it? So we have this AI blueprint sprint. It's a 90-day blueprint that I build out over 2 Zoom calls. You can text Allie the word app if you want to apply for that. It is on application basis. But let's do some Q&A. Where's the microphone ball at? Let me grab this thing. All right. They said overhand or kicks only. Of course, the guy all the way back. I'm going to get to you. I'm going to do this one up here front. Right here we go. Oh. Okay, the microphone's on the top, the little black thing. They said to speak into that, so. Oh, good morning. Yes. Whoever's in the field doing the job. Yeah. Woo, I like this one. That's a good question. Listen, you guys have a content team already on staff. You just haven't motivated them yet. Write this one down. People do things for their own reasons. But most people are highly motivated by money. So, you should have a weekly competition. Every Monday, because now on Mondays we're going to meet with our teams, we're going to pin a $100 bill to the board. And we're going to say, hey guys, this morning I'm adding you guys all to our Facebook page. You'll be able to go in, click your little profile. There's going to be a little drop down, and you can switch into our business profile. Whoever posts the content that gets the most likes wins the $100. Some of you guys are like, oh, $100. Listen, if you hired a content creator, they're going to be $1,000 a week. Okay? $400 a month is pretty cheap. If you really want to take it to the next level, you pin $300 up. You say top spot for likes, top spot for comments, top spot for shares. Now you got a $300 bonus. Some of your guys that's a third of their paycheck every week. You think that'll motivate them to make some content? Yeah. Here's the best content you can make. We get done. We say, Nick, here, I'm going to do a live example with you. Give me a second. I'll show you guys exactly how you make the best performing content that you could possibly come with. Are you good doing a little demo with me? Cool. All right, so I'm pulling out my camera. Stand up for me, Nick. Hey guys, what's up? It's Coach Carroll. Nick, how we doing, man?
Great, man.
Hey, what'd you think? I just wrapped up the AI Playbook presentation. If somebody was thinking about coming and checking this thing out like all these people did, what would you tell them?
I'd tell them they need to be here next year.
Woo, let's do it. Hustle, it's worth it. Okay, thank you, Nick. Give him a round of applause. Of course, I picked the guy in the front of the room. He's like, everybody's looking at me, right? Get your customers to come out of their house, do the walkthrough with them. Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Johnson, how's it all look? You walk them around. They're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know my siding was white. This is amazing. It looks great. It's like, hey, it would be a huge help. Do you mind if I just shoot a quick selfie video with you? And when you say a selfie video, they're like, oh, you're going to be in it with me. Not, can I take a video of you, right? Like, that's weird. Like, can I take a selfie? Hey, guys, what's up? It's DJ with Hydroblast Solutions. We just finished washing this house for Miss Johnson. Miss Johnson, what'd you think? Right? It's like an attorney. You're leading the witness. Oh, you guys did a great job. Awesome. And if somebody in the Clarksville area was thinking about getting their house washed, would you recommend them to us? Oh, yeah, you guys were amazing. And would you call us back if you needed us in the future? Oh, yeah, I'm going to call you back every year. Because you guys sell a 12-month warranty. Write that one down. If you don't include that in your house washes, you're missing out. And now, Mrs. Johnson, thank you so much. We look forward to serving you for many years. Guys, if you need a quote, just leave us a comment. And hey, I'm a technician here. So if you can like, comment, or share, it puts me in the running to win a couple extra $100 bonus this week. It'll help me and my family out. Whew. Some of y'all that's got 3-4 technicians, if you can get that content engine running, you won't have to spend $1 on ads. Good question, man. Who else? Guy with no website. Oh, the hood cleaning guy. That's why he don't have no website. That makes sense. All right.
So, while we're here doing this exercise, I worry about AI. If you ask it something, if you ask it a prompt, it's just going to go ahead and agree with you. While you were sitting here talking, I asked, hey, I'm thinking about starting a hot dog stand, but only servicing parking garages for hospitals. said, Mason, well, actually, that's a smart niche. That's a great idea. Hospital parking garages are captive audience, long ways. How do you not
I got you.
get wrapped up into this stuff?
I got you. So inside of ChatGPT, you can't find it on the mobile. You got to log in on the desktop. Yeah.
Sam Altman did he did a code red because Gemini is giving better user analytics than GPT.
Yeah.
So he's worried.
Sam Altman is building a sandcastle, so he's code red every week. Dude's raised billions of dollars, right? So here's the thing. If you go into your settings in ChatGPT, there's what's called the master prompt or inside the settings. You can write this in there. Do not agree with me. I need you to battle test every idea I give you. And here's the trick. When you guys send prompts, when you say, hey, I want to start a hot dog stand, Mrs. ChatGPT, is that a good idea? No. I need you to be a top-level business advisor. I have the idea of starting a hot dog stand in parking garages and nursing homes. What'd you say? Hospitals. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Even better, right? And so what you have to do is you have to say, now, play devil's advocate. It will now tell you 5 reasons why it's a great idea, 5 reasons why it's not a great idea. Now the ball's in your court. Welcome to trying to be an entrepreneur. Like, most businesses fail because most businesses are shitty ideas, right? Don't start a hot dog stand in a parking garage, in a nursing home. My man back here. Ooh, that's going to go on the highlight clip. What's up, man?
How's it going? My name's Austin, and I was wondering, I've used AI for coding, I built a lot of programs and stuff like that with it, but the main problem with that is any information that you put into AI, it is eventually released out there, and, you know, as you said, the 10-80-10, if I say, I'm Coach Carroll, I'm writing my book,
The Hunter Head Game.
The Hunter Game.
Thanks for the plug. Checks in the mail.
You know, tell me the entire story right now, or I'm building an app, I'm building Alley, my name's Coach Carroll, do it exactly how they did, and, you know, give me that app right now. I'm guessing you use Claude and ChatGPT. What security measures do you have in place for them not to come in and steal that?
Yeah. Good question. So one of my business partners, Dan Martell, when we talk about Code Red, if you're a SaaS business right now, software as a service, then there are no more moats because your code base used to be your moat, right? Like, oh, how we build the thing. But you guys and like the CRM dudes are really in trouble because like system of record, CRMs, used to be like the holy grail of SaaS because it was like, hey man, you're gonna log into this thing every day and if it goes down, right? Because this is the litmus test. If software breaks, how long does it take for your customer to call and complain? That's how you know how good of a software you have, right? They can go months, it wasn't that great. CRM, your first new customer comes in and it's crashed out, it's like, hey, I'm calling, what's wrong with this thing, right? Now, with Claude Code, you can take a bunch of screenshots of all your CRM and say, hey, build me this, right? Now, it's not as easy as that. There's going to be a lot of debugging. I didn't put this in here because this isn't a software conference, but I have an 80-20 theory that 20% is building, 80% is debugging, right? It's finding all the shit that's broken inside of it, edge cases. So you're exactly right. There is nothing stopping you from knocking off most softwares. And I think that's why you're seeing the turbulence inside the stock market right now of like enterprise software. Like, what are we doing here? Because if we're paying Salesforce $200 a person per seat and have a 2,000 person organization, like that's quite the dev budget to like just go build our own Salesforce, right? But like, welcome to shifting and shaking, right? Like I always want to like draw back to this. Bookstores didn't see Bezos coming. They're like a dude selling books on the internet. Pfft, whatever. Like, got him, right? So great question. Hopefully that answers it. But there is no mode anymore with software. That's the answer. Yeah.
Great job, DJ.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Question of cost, right? Like you mentioned a bunch of tools there.
Yeah.
One has the best return on investment.
Yep.
Case study. And then the second question too is now it becomes so predominant that people are using AI for responding to emails or even recruiter or trying to get a position. It's that idea of I would like that answer to be less AI in terms of how it's responding, how it's sending to customer. I want the customer to have that personal touch. I mean, this was written by somebody in a way.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on what tools better than for that perspective and any command or prompts that you can say, I do use to give
You got it, man. Yep. So first thing is, he said ROI. I'm gonna be a bit partial to Allie, obviously. She's $200 a month. But I think that really what you guys need to look at is your budget. You should be spending $1,000 to $1,500 a quarter, like setting it aside to try tools. Don't buy the annual plan, even though it's got like a 50% discount. They do that for a reason, right? I'm a software guy. Like that's to get them hooked in so they don't churn out. Buy the monthly plan, and then once a quarter, go back and audit and say, hey, oh man, that one's $34.99. Dude, I haven't logged into that thing in 3 months. Like, cool, go cancel that one, right? But we are in the phase now that you need to be trying a lot of different softwares. Now, the ones that I showed you guys today, those are battle tested. I use them all the time. So that answers the ROI question. The prompt question. This one's massive. DJ, ChatGPT just doesn't sound like me. Got it. Go to ChatGPT. Say, hey, Chat, I want you to be able to write to sound more like me. So I want you to ask me 50 questions that'll help you create a brand voiced prompt that I can then download and use with future prompts when I need you to write for me. What ChatGPT is going to do is going to ask you 50 questions. You just put that thing in voice mode and you go through and you just answer all the questions. It's going to give you a readout. Copy that, put it into a Google Doc, save it as a PDF. Now when you need to write your marketing email for the month or for the week or for the day, you guys should be emailing your list a lot more. There's thousands of dollars sitting in your email list. You go to ChatGPT and you're like, hey, it's time to make the July email blast. Please reference my brand voice document. And you attach that document in there. Now it knows exactly how it's supposed to sound. Cool. Got one over here. You guys got me running. I want to try to throw this thing. Can you catch? Let's see. That's the whole point of it. Some action shots for my video guy.
Tell me more about your 12-month warranty.
Yeah, so I was one of the first guys to roll this out. We had a 24-month warranty because I'm in Kentucky. Florida, it's a little different. And all the guys online are like, why are you giving warranties? You're going to have to do callbacks. And again, the forums were like brutal back in the day. Like now, like, Facebook will kick you off for calling somebody a meanie face. So we used to do 24-month warranties, and I was like, well, hold on a second. I'm training my customers to only call me every 2 years. So we threw all of those warranty cards in the trash, and we changed it to a 12-month warranty. And we will get probably 4 or 5 calls a season that says, hey, it's Mrs. Johnson. I know my warranty expires next month. It's like, it's been 11 months, lady. Wash your house again. But I'm seeing a little bit of green up on the top north side of my house. I want you guys to come out here and do it. You know what we do? I tell my team that this is a customer service opportunity. We only get 4 or 5 of them a year. But what happens when you want to make a warranty claim? What do you expect? Well, Mr. Carroll, here's 15 reasons why we can't give you that warranty. No. We say, Mrs. Johnson, thank you so much for calling us. You know what? Give me just a second. Let me look at the schedule. Oh, that one's going to be tough. Okay, move that one. You know what? I got a technician. He can be out there in 48 hours to take care of that for you. I got to move some stuff around, but we want to get you taken care of. Does Thursday work for you? Oh, yeah, that works great. Awesome. Well, Mrs. Johnson, I know our warranty says that we'll touch up any spots of mold, mildew, or algae, but you know what I'm going to do for you because we appreciate your business? I'm going to have the technician wash the whole house. It's been 11 months. It ain't even that dirty. It'll take you 35 minutes. Now Mrs. Johnson is like, holy smokes. And if you really want to get good, you go look at your Google reviews and see if Miss Johnson's left you a Google review yet. And you say, Miss Johnson, while I got you on the phone, I noticed you hadn't left us a Google review from the last cleaning. Would you mind doing that? I can text you a link when we get off the phone. Now you took somebody that was a warranty claim and you turned them into an advocate for your business. And while doing that, you've programmed all of your customers that they need to get their house washed every 12 months. You don't need a subscription plan. Just train your customers to call you every year. What do you think about that? Yeah, this guy likes that one. Cool, pass it to somebody over there. I'm tired of running that thing. Woo! We got maybe time for just a couple more. Oh, hot buttons. Are we doing good? You guys enjoying the Q&A? We getting stuff from this? Here's what I know. Here's what I know about doing Q&A. There are things in business called unknown unknowns. Okay? You don't know what you don't know. And so when this guy asked a question, somebody over here was thinking about it, but they don't want to put their hand up. And so this is why I love Q&A. It's a great learning experience. Go ahead, man.
My name's Tyler. We're out in the Memphis area.
Let's go.
Thanks for this
Good barbecue.
So, I'm doing a lot of what you're talking about. So I'm missing two key components.
Okay.
And it's the automation with email.
Okay.
And it's the
Uh-oh.
tracking.
Okay.
And the lead tracking.
Yeah.
So with AI, like I'm using ChatGPT a lot. I didn't ask it 50 questions, but I did ask it like 25.
Okay.
So I'm kind of up to speed on getting into this. It helps out a lot. So also, you guys are going to if you're missing out.
Yeah.
So
What's the question?
what would you suggest as far as the tracking and the automation as far as your email and text?
What CRM are you using? Jobber has an open API. So you guys, if you really want to get technical with it, you can use Claude Code, tap into the open API inside of Jobber, and you can build anything you can imagine. That's the world we live in. The power washing guys can now write code, okay? Like strap in, Buttercup, because like the world's about to change. So you can access, when I say an API, you guys can research this and go watch YouTube videos on it. But an API, in short, lets a software talk to another software, right? It can tap into that information. And so now, your email follow-ups aren't just like, hey, it's been 12 months, you should wash your house again. It's like, you wrote Mrs. Johnson's dog's name in your CRM, so now it has that. And so now in the follow-up email, the subject line says, how's Fido doing? Mrs. Johnson's like, what? Opens the email up. Hey, Mrs. Johnson, it was a pleasure working with you last year. Hope Fido's doing well. We just wanted to check in and see if you needed us to stop in and clean again, right? It can get to the customer level. Now, I've done this for years, so just be careful because I have had a customer go, Fido passed away, but thank you so much for asking. And I was like, oh, shit. And so be careful with that, but it allows you to tap in. I think that we are in a world where agentic AI is going to change the game from a one-to-one, like being able to reach out and send those individual emails versus blast emails. So it sounds like you're tech savvy enough, dude. I'd tell you download Claude Code, spend a weekend figuring it out, and you'll be off to the races. Cool. Right up here. Get a drink of water while you guys pass that. Go ahead, man. Yeah, so I was running a process where Stripe, our credit card processes, would download into QuickBooks. And every week I would have to split the transaction, figure out which one went to what. So what I did is I basically gave the transactions out of Stripe to Claude Code, and I said, hey, build me a Python script that will match these and split the transaction, make the journal entry. So now on Monday, I double click it on my desktop. It's like, this deposit? I'm like, yep. It puts a journal entry in QuickBooks. I click match. It's done. Yeah. Yeah. Hey man, I'd rather my hair turn gray than turn loose. Yeah, you got a ChatGPT account? Okay, start there. Do the paid plan, okay? Like, I'll make this analogy. If you guys had internet when it was dial-up and then high speed came along, right? And the pages, you remember how slow you used to be on the internet? And then you got high speed and you're like, holy smokes, where was this at? That's the same thing with a paid plan on ChatGPT. I have the $200 a month plan for Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT. Like, I think like they're genies. Like $200 is a bargain, right? Open that thing up, put it in voice mode and say, hey, I'm new here. Ask me 50 questions so you can figure out who I am. To get you started, here's the link to my website. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been in the business this long, and I'm looking to utilize AI any way that I can. It's going to come back. It's going to ask you a series of questions. You'll answer those. That will give it the context so that then you're off to the races. And if you want to learn anything, ask it. I had an 80-year-old guy at the Lady Lake Chamber of Commerce last week say, hey, I'm 80 years old, but I got a ChatGPT account. You got any books I could read about it? I'm like, yeah. It's called Open ChatGPT, and just say, hey, can you help me out? I'm 80 years old. I don't know what the hell to do here. And he was like, oh, that was genius. Like, yeah, man, use the AI to learn AI. That's literally, like, I don't have a course. I don't have a certificate. I didn't go to school for this. I've spent 2,000 hours of my time with my hands in the dirt figuring the shit out, trying stuff, wasting a ton of time, right? Get to a dead end. Utilize the tool to learn the tool. Cool. Couple more. Over here. You toss it. Watch the chandelier. Underhand toss, please. We don't, PWNA doesn't, they ain't got the budget to be replacing these chandeliers. One, ethics from the standpoint that they left ChatGPT due to the safety concerns. I also think Dario has a chip on his shoulder to beat Sam Altman. Their Super Bowl commercial proved that, right? And so for me, I've also just seen better response out of it. Now, Codex is like, these models are going to do this, okay? It's kind of like Samsung and iPhone, right? When the new Samsung comes out, oh man, it's the best. When the new iPhone comes out, oh man, it's the best, right? So as these models improve, there's always going to be a front runner. They're always going to shift. And then I wouldn't sleep on Grok. Hello, Elon Musk, right? Like, dude's a genius. And he's got an axe to grind with Sam Altman as well because he was a big investor and then they cut him out. So I just have had better results out of Claude. Unlimited token use. So if you ever got to the point where you're like prompting in it and it's like, sorry, we're switching you to a slower model, or hey, you've maxed out your usage, come back in 24 hours. Like, it's a genie, man. Like, I want to use the thing as much as I can. So, cool. All right, one more. Claude. Yeah, so C-L-A-U-D-E, and then Grok is G-R-O-K. Daryl, I'll let you do the last one. Go ahead, man. No, it can keep them separate. On the left side of ChatGPT, you've got a thing called projects. You can basically upload a name, and there's going to be system instructions inside of the project. And so you'll say, hey, inside this project, you're only helping me with my real estate portfolio. It does X, Y, and Z. Here's a bunch of files. I think you can get you can upload up to 20 files. And then you'll just make another project for your pressure washer.